Hello, my friends. Jeshua, when things become dense in the matrix. If you question everything, then it is easy to live your life when you stop showing false consideration and reflective considerations imposed by society or a person's greatest stumbling block. Only when you are ready to question everything, really everything, does your spiritual path begin. A loved person, living your life is an art that requires courage, a lot of courage from you, because at a certain point in your development, you can't help but free yourself, which means that you rebel against the system, stand against the system, and argue against the system. At a certain point, this matrix becomes too narrow for every person who strives for enlightenment and liberation. It is exposed as a lie and an illusion, and that taints everything. Before a sophisticated consciousness imprisoned in a human body liquefies and pours into the ocean of God's love, it draws a radical break with this world. If one's own existence is exposed as a great illusion, then there is no holding back, and the human being recognizes. Today, more people than ever are moving toward this realization and beginning to radically clean up their lives. No stone is left unturned and everything is changed. When man awakens to his true power and actual power, everything that has existed up to that point has no value. How radical are you? You can see from the radical nature of actions and chance how serious a person is, and where he really is in his spiritual development, because even spiritual development can be faked. Many gurus and masters, priests and saints are impostors, charlatans and false prophets who use simple tricks to lead the blind. Blinded by their own pride, they often find themselves inferior to those who prostrate themselves. If you want to recognize a master, then pay attention to his ego. A true master has tamed his ego, put him in his place. A true master is always with God in his thoughts, and he looks at the earthly with unearthly eyes. From this, you can see the realization and how radical a person's devotion is. Enough to you, dear one, you are often unsure of yourself. You hesitate when making decisions and very often shy away from acting against the trend of the times or against opinions in your immediate environment. You risk little or nothing because you don't want to scare the someones or frighten the others. Many in your environment are possibly still at a different stage of development, and you would like to take them to heaven or pick them up from somewhere. This is a big mistake. Giants making themselves small. Everyone is the architect of their own fortune. Nothing is accomplished by making giants small, just so small minds won't be afraid of them. This is not a solution. It creates spiritual stagnation in you and does not help your fellow human beings any further. Just boldly go your own way. Take no false considerations, never look around, and act as your heart commands you and your soul commands. Only an awakened person can understand an awakened one. Never count on teaching a caterpillar to fly. Do not invest energy in this hopeless endeavor. Expect the moment when the caterpillar decides of its own accord to become a butterfly. Criticism, attacks, and a lack of understanding will accompany you if you consistently follow this radical path. Human nature always reacts with rejection to what it cannot understand. Pay no attention to that, because once you live your life and can distinguish illusion from reality, happiness stays with you. Dig to the root of your longing until you rise in the love of God, like a newborn star in the firmament. An infinite love, Jesus the Christ, channeled by 𝗪𝗪𝗧𝗪𝗪𝗧.